A very warm welcome to the Kdf Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Kasim Ali. The Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. In our highlights tonight, Ushirikiano Imara 2024 concludes in Rwanda. Cabinet Secretary Duale hosts British High Commissioner. Kenyan peacekeepers honored in DRC. MWAC commemorates International Widows' Day. To start us off, the National Assembly approved the deployment of the Kenya Defence Forces to reinforce the efforts of the National Police Service in restoring order in various parts of the Republic of Kenya affected by unrest and instability caused by the ongoing protest, resulting in destruction and breaching of critical infrastructure. Honorable Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defence, issued a Gazette notice declaring a security emergency, paving way for the deployment of Kenya Defence Forces soldiers in support of National Police Service. The deployment is under Article 241, Section 3, Subsection B of the Constitution of Kenya, as read with Sections 31, Subsection 1A, Section 31, Subsection 1C, Section 33, Subsection 1, Section 34, Subsection 1, and Section 34, Subsection 2 of the Kenya Defence Forces Act. The Vice Chief of Defence Forces, Lieutenant General John Omenda, accompanied by the Secretary General East African Community, Ms. Veronica Mweni, joined other dignitaries from East Africa Community Partner States in the culmination ceremony of the 13th East African Community Field Training Exercise, Ushirikiano Imara 2024, at Rwanda Military Academy in Gako, Rwanda. This year's exercise aimed at bringing together participants from various nations to enhance readiness and interoperability of East Africa Community Partner States, armed forces, police, civilian components, and other stakeholders in responding to complex and multidimensional security challenges.
The transnational event was presided over by Rwanda's Minister of Defense, Brigadier General Juvenal Marizamunda.
Over the past week, we have witnessed firsthand the professionalism, dedication, and camaraderie of the participants as they worked together to tackle security challenges and achieve our common objectives.
The field training exercise is an annual event designed based on peace support operations, counter-terrorism, counter-piracy, and disaster management. This collaborative effort aims to enhance readiness, foster cooperation, and equip participants with essential skills for their roles in maintaining peace and security. The East Africa Community Secretary General acknowledged the importance of the joint exercises in consolidating trust and cohesion in defending common interests among the member states.
Honorable Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defence, hosted the British High Commissioner to Kenya, His Excellency Neil Wigan, who paid him courtesy visit at the Defence Headquarters here in Nairobi. Honorable Duale acknowledged the cordial relations that both countries have continued to enjoy, which has facilitated defence collaboration in various domains, including counter-terrorism, anti-piracy, and climate change, among others. On his part, the High Commissioner said that the United Kingdom looks forward to the establishment of the strategic hub in Kenya to extend its support in the region through deeper defense engagement. The two leaders explored areas of possible future collaboration, including the establishment of British Defence Staff in Nairobi and British Peace Support Team Africa to enhance Kenya's peacekeeping efforts in Africa, enhance maritime security in the Western Indian Ocean, and support the quest to contribute to the regional peace, security, and stability. The Vice-Chancellor, National Defence University Kenya, Lieutenant General Jimson Mutai, presided over the opening ceremony of the first cohort of the Ethic and Leadership for National Security course at the National Defence College in Karen here in Nairobi. The course, which brought together top management officials from the ministries, departments, and counties of the national security spectrum, is a collaborative venture between National Defence University Kenya and the Executive Office of the President.
The course is designed to equip participants with the necessary national security awareness critical to the execution of their mandates, as well as the concepts of ethical leadership and governance and its profound impacts on national security dynamics. In his remarks, the Vice-Chancellor underscored the significance of the course, saying the quality of knowledge and skills achieved will have profound outcomes in determining the national security strategy from the perspective of global economy, collective defense commitments, and considerations for public and private sector, especially in an era where threats have a strong transnational character.
In other news, the United Nations honored the Kenya Quick Reaction Force with United Nations Medal for their dedicated service and commitment to the peacekeeping efforts in the region in the ceremony held at the MONUSCO base in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The event, attended by Major General Kdf, the MONUSCO Acting Force Commander, and other United Nations dignitaries, paid tribute to the outstanding contribution of the Kenya troops in maintaining stability and security in the volatile region. The medal parade is a tradition in United Nations peacekeeping missions, which serves as a symbol of recognition and appreciation for the sacrifice made by the peacekeepers in their mission to protect civilians and promote peace in the conflict-affected areas.
Major General Geoff commended the Kenyan peacekeepers for their unwavering dedication and courage in the face of challenging circumstances. He praised their commitment to upholding the principles of United Nations and their efforts to make a positive impact on the lives of the locals. The UN dignitaries present at the ceremony also expressed their gratitude to the Kenyan troops for their service and sacrifice in advancing the cause of peace and security in the DRC. The medal parade is a solemn and dignified occasion, highlighting the importance of peacekeeping mission in conflict-affected regions and the vital role played by dedicated peacekeepers from around the world. As the Kenya Quick Reaction Force received the UN medals, they stood as a testament of spirit of unity, cooperation, and solidarity that defines the UN peacekeeping efforts in promoting peace and stability globally.
The United Kingdom's defense advisor in Kenya, Brigadier Oli Bryant, paid a courtesy call to the Commander Kenya Air Force Major General Fatuma Ahmed at the Kenya Air Force headquarters here in Nairobi. During the meeting, the two leaders discussed ways to enhance bilateral and military relations and improve cooperation between their countries in addressing evolving air security challenges. The discussions also explored future areas of collaborations, particularly in military training and operations aimed at strengthening strategic security ties. Brigadier Bryant serves as the defense advisor to Kenya, Tanzania, and Seychelles, and is also the head of the British Defense Staff in East Africa. In matters health, the Kenya Defense Forces Director of Medical Services, Major General George Ng'ang'a, officially opened the 7th Annual Medical Consultants Technical Review Workshop in Naivasha, Nakuru County. The workshop focused on raising awareness on the reviewed Kenya Defense Forces 2023 HIV workplace policy that is inclusive of the annual HIV staff testing during the Defense Forces Preparedness Readiness Test and during the re-engagement. The workshop also covered non-communicable diseases, drug and substance abuse, and mental health. In his remarks, Major General Ng'ang'a acknowledged the significant gains made by the Kenya Defense Forces in mitigating the HIV and AIDS scourge and the reduction of stigma and marginalization in the force. He noted challenges including the reluctance of HIV testing, new infection rates among new service personnel between the age of 20 and 30 years, and lack of enough funding to curb the spread of HIV and AIDS.
We have come back to really focus on prevention. And I really want to thank Waterita again for the seminars, the annual seminars of sensitizing the commanders. I like the seminar we had in Embakasi early this year. That's where we started, where the fight against HIV prevention was led by the commanders.
The two-day workshop themed Sustaining Gains Made in KDF's HIV/AIDS Epidemic Control was held in partnership with Walter Reed Army Institute of Research Africa, a partner in the management of HIV/AIDS. The forum brought together key KDF and civilian medical practitioners with an aim to review and update on the progress in the fight against HIV/AIDS epidemic. In his address, the chief speaker, lead HIV consultant at Kenyatta National Hospital, Professor Enoch Omonge, noted how early detection of the virus is key in preventing mother-to-child infections, noting that frequent prenatal testing of both parents must be emphasized across all medical facilities.
The Military Wives Association of Kenya joined the global community in celebrating International Widows' Day in an event held at Paloma Garden in Mombasa. The event, themed Accelerating the Achievement of Gender Equality, was a testament to the military community's dedication in uplifting and supporting widows while acknowledging their sacrifices and fostering a sense of unity and empowerment.
Mrs. Lynette Otieno, MWAC leader Mombasa Region, read MWAC chairperson Mrs. Grace Kaariri's speech underscoring the importance of International Widows' Day in developing resources and policies to empower the widows, allowing them to have access to education, healthcare, and life free from discrimination and stigmatization. Deputy Commander Kenya Navy Base Mtongwe, Colonel Wilberforce Moremi, reaffirmed the widows of Kenya Defence Forces' commitment to supporting widows. The widows were informed about the role of Kenya Navy Welfare Office and financial literacy, which provided them with knowledge to navigate their lives post-bereavement. A panel discussion focused on the widows' personal success stories of overcoming adversity and rebuilding their lives. International Widows' Day is observed annually on June 23 to raise awareness of the breaches of human rights that widows undergo and the need to address their rights and welfare.
The Kenya Navy successfully executed a search and rescue operation, saving 7 Tanzanians and 1 Kenyan on board MV Maendeleo, which had issued a distress call while drifting 8 miles off the coast of Kilifi. MV Maendeleo was from Tanga headed to Pemba Island when it ran out of fuel and began to drift northwards. Kenya Navy ship Jasiri promptly responded in locating the boat and rescuing the 8 individuals on board. The rescued individuals received immediate medical attention and were stabilized on board of the Kenya ship. They were subsequently transported to Mkunguni Jetty and handed over together with MV Maendeleo to the Kenya Coast Guard Service for further processing. The boat's captain, Mr. Faki Sharif Faki, expressed gratitude for the quick response of the Kenya Navy, acknowledging that their prompt action saved their lives. In matters education, Commander Kenya Navy Major General Paul Otieno officially handed over 3 classrooms to Kenyan Navy Junior Secondary School located at the Kenya Navy base in Mtongwe, Mombasa County, and expressed gratitude to various stakeholders for ensuring completion of the project. He noted that quality education is a collective responsibility of the society, encouraging the learners to focus on their studies as they continue to pursue their education. He urged them to use the opportunities and resources presented to them to achieve their desired goals.
Moving forward, I want to urge all of us to remain committed to supporting the mission as well as the vision of this school. My office will continue to work hand in hand with the school management to ensure that learners have access to the infrastructure and training materials as well as aids that are required for you to succeed.
The school head teacher, Mr. John Kirubi, appreciated the effort from the Kenya Navy in ensuring the continuation of the competency-based curriculum at the school by offering more classrooms for the junior secondary school. Lieutenant Colonel Hosbon Wasike, the commanding officer, 10th Engineers, presided over a tree planting exercise in Nanyuki County on behalf of the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, Honorable Aden Duale. The exercise is in line with the Ministry of Defense broader national landscape and ecosystem restoration program that aligns with His Excellency the President's target of planting 15 billion trees by the year 2032. The ministry has dedicated every 4th of Wednesday of the month to planting trees. In his remarks, Lieutenant Colonel Wasike highlighted that the 15,000 indigenous trees were planted to conserve the Nanyuki River, further pointing out that the exercise is in line with the Kenya Defence Forces Environmental Soldier Program. Taking part in the tree planting exercise were troops from Nanyuki Garrison, stakeholders from Kariki Flower Farm, Kenya Forest Service, Water Resources Authority, Nanyuki Forest Association, Tree for Life, and members of Garrison's Shamba system. And in sports, Brigadier Peter Chelimo, Deputy Commander Kenya Navy, presided over the inaugural Commander Kenya Navy Volleyball Challenge Cup at Lieutenant Colonel Kimaro Stadium in Mtongwe, Mombasa. The competition aimed to provide a forum for the teams to nurture and showcase their volleyball talents, as well as foster esprit de corps among the Kenya Defence Forces units and formations. Kahawa team emerged as the overall winner of the Commander Kenya Navy Volleyball Cup Challenge.
The 4-day challenge saw the spirited competition among teams drawn from various KDF units and formations, including Kenya Navy Base Mtongwe, Kenya Navy Base Manda, Armored Brigade, 8th Brigade, Combat Engineers, Kahawa Garrison, Moi Air Base, Laikipia Air Base and Wajir Air Base, who demonstrated skills, determination and teamwork. Laikipia Air Base were crowned winners in the men's category, while the women's final Kahawa team demonstrated superior coordination and agility, ultimately securing a 3-0 victory against Moi Air Base. Brigadier Chelimo commended the participants for the dedication and excellence, highlighting the importance of military games in promoting physical fitness, teamwork, mutual respect and talent among the personnel, which has led to the continuous growth of sports in the Kenya Defence Forces.
Kenya Defence Forces soldiers from 25 Mechanized Infantry Battalion participated in a friendly football tournament against Kdf Town football team at Kdf Primary School. The tournament aimed at fostering teamwork, physical fitness, as well as building cohesion among the participants. The participants were reminded that sports are an excellent way to improve discipline, practice effective time management, preserve good health, and establish a good relation between the Kenya Defence Forces soldiers and the locals. The Kdf locals and the football team thanked the Kenya Defence Forces for their dedication, support, and professionalism in conduct to their operations since their deployment in the area. And that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles. Enjoy viewership next Friday for the KDF Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Kasim Ali. Goodbye.